What is it?
Live, uncut, unedited. All right, come on in, people. Come on in, people. Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. I tell you, this is live, uncut, unedited. You already know what time it is. All right, that's right. Victory, victory, victory shall be mine. Victory, victory, victory shall be mine. All right, people, don't forget to leave your boy some stars. Leave your boy some stars. Not begging, but if you can, you can. If you can't, it ain't no problem, people. Come on in. This is live, uncut, unedited, people. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Tuning in. This is nothing but love, nothing but love. We want to tell the truth and what?
Tell the truth
And what?
and shame the devil.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, people. Come on in, come on in, come on in, people. Come on in, come on in. We can just we listen. We can we can talk now. We can talk now. You're welcome to call in right now. You're welcome to call. Look at they calling in already. Look at that. Come on, call in, call us. You can call on in 872-297 6389 872-299-0808. Come on, callers. I need y'all to call in so we can talk. Because, man, I tell you, listen, we witnessed history, boy. And I'm so glad that I wasn't on the wrong side of history. I could tell my children, hey, I was there. I was a part of the campaign. I supported. I'm glad. I'm telling you, people. I love being black. I love being black. Come on in, people. Come on in. Come on in. I tell you, all these people did all that talking and cussing and raccooning. You knows what I'm saying? Raccooning. So they won't try to get me knocked off. I tell you, people, this thing is real. It is real, is real, is real. Come on, calls. You can call in. I'm opening up the line so everybody can call in tonight. I'm ready. I'm battle tested. I'm ready. I'm going to call y'all out in a minute. Just give me a minute. I'm sending out some notifications. Make sure y'all share this video. Share it to those non-sayers, those unbelievers, those infidels. Share it to them. I tell you, tell them they're welcome to call in. All are welcome. Virginia Beasley, I see you. Peggy, what's up, Peggy? Love you, sister. D Broadway, what's going on, D? What's going on? Thank you guys. Miss Keys, I see you. I see you. Crystal Love, I see you. All right, Kinslow, I see you. I see you. I see Christine Reed. I see you. I see you. I see you. Kena Nicole, what's going on? Y'all better hit these lines. Lewis Ramsey, what's going on? What's going on? Ray Ivy, all right. Donna Williams, what's up? Anita Tolliver. Okay, Diane Gangs, what's going on? I see you. I see you. I see you. Michelle Scott. What's up, Michelle? What's up? I tell you, I'm glad I was on the right side of history. Sydney D, what's going on? What's going on? Tavina Fields Fort, what's going on? Monique, what's up, Monique? It was good seeing you last night, Monique. Monique, you're a little shy. I seen it last night. All right, Pastor Tracy, you know I love you. Pastor Tracy, I got to call you. I definitely need the mics. I need them. 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 I'm going to call you. Sister, I love you for praying so much. I know you're a praying woman. I respect you. I respect you. All right. That's right. The Lord, the people are mad at you on TikTok. All right, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 callers so far. 1, 2, 3 callers. Okay. Dinar Gibson, what's going on? Mary Moore. Okay. Brother Eddie, what's up, Eddie? I see you, brother. Appreciate you. JJ, what's up? What's up? Lisa Brooks. All right. It's that Gracie. C. What's going on? What's going on? Charmaine, what's going on? It's coming on, boy. What's that? Lily. All right. Man, it's going on. Yes. I'm glad I went live for you guys. I listen, I was telling you, see, people, the Bible said, listen, faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things that are not seen. You cannot be moved by what you see. You just got to know that you know that you know that you know. I tell you, I'm Nathan. What's going on? I see you, Nathan. Stephanie Smith, I see you. I see you. I see you. I see you. Yvonne Manley, I see you. I see you. We got to get the rolling, people. I'm gonna call you, Tracy. Linda, what's going on? Rochelle, Golden Child Lewis, what's going on? All right, Denisha, y'all on here tonight, boy. Oh, Crystal, Love, y'all on here tonight, boy. Tanya, I see you. Oh my God, is that Lily McCord? I think I pronounced that. A. Williams. All right, we're gonna start at the top. I got my homegirl Erica. Listen, the lines are open. You can call 872-299-0808. The lines are free tonight. No blocking. Again, 872-299-0808. Or you can call it 872-297-6389. I got both of my lines open tonight. You can call in. All right. JJ, Isha, I see you. I see you. Come on top of the line. I see Erica. Come on, Erica. Denard Gibson. Come on, Erica. I see your number. I know that number from anywhere. I see you. Donna Williams, what's going on? Come on, Erica. All right. All right.
Oh, my God.
Lord have mercy.
We did it. We did it.
Yes, we did.
It.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
We did it. We did it.
Yes,
we
we
did
did.
it, man.
Yes, we did.
All the naysayers, all the doubters, I hope y'all listen.
I'm telling you.
I hope y'all listening because y'all need to understand something, okay? We mean this thing.
Yes, yes.
We're not in this for contracts and positions and money under the table. We're not in that for this. You know what I'm saying? We are the guild that has survived off of the blessings of God and just being blessed for doing the right thing. We didn't know where the money was going to come from. We didn't know where any of it come from. But we just know we was fighting for justice. We knew we was fighting for right.
Yeah.
And so that's who you dealing with. You're not dealing with the people trying to make backroom deals. We actually believe in this thing. And last night, 1,800 of us was in a room together and celebrating the election of Mayor-elect Brandon Johnson. We made history.
Yes,
we made history, y'all.
Yes, but listen.
That's amazing. It's all over the national news.
I want to say something, Erica. What do you say to those that persecute us, call us dummies and all types of things? What do you say to them? I want you to talk directly to them. That's so you don't have to call out their name, but if you want to call a name, that's on you. But if you must, you can. But what do you say to those? What do you say to them? What do you say to them?
Yeah, to all of them. Listen, first and foremost, at the end of the day, believe it or not, we was fighting for you too. We was fighting for you too. Because we have to understand that your actual uplift is not connected to your individual success. Your actual uplift is being a part of communities that are uplifted. Because what you need to understand is that there ain't no fun in having a little something when you got to constantly look over your shoulder for people who don't have nothing trying to take it. So it's about understanding that we got to uplift the whole community, not just ourselves. It's time out for individualism. It's time out for exceptionalism, being the exceptional Negro, the talented thespian. Like, it's time out for that. Just wanting to be one of the select few that got a little something. Because then we end up surrounded by people who don't got nothing. And what you think they gonna do? We need to be trying to look out for everybody so we can enjoy the fruits of our labor. We can actually, like y'all talk about white people all the time living in these neighborhoods before the violence came their way. They was pushing their baby strollers without a care in the world, walking down the sidewalk without a care in the world. Got money, got good jobs. And y'all look at that and say, and want to look down on black people. But the only reason we can't do that is because we only want to look out for ourselves instead of the greater community having enough, having what they need. So they're not even looking our way. They're not even trying to take nothing from nobody because they got what they need. They're succeeding. And so that, believe it or not, we actually was fighting for you too. But listen here, y'all. And I'm gonna make this real plain, Martin.
Come on now, come on, because I got some more callers. Come on.
What we saw play out. Yeah, what we saw play out in the city of Chicago was all the people in this city who have actually been obstructing us from reaching our goals and finding justice, the actual people behind the scenes that have been doing nothing for us but looking out for themselves, all came together in one pot. They all came together on one side and exposed them. And they exposed themselves. Y'all exposed yourselves because we dealt with all this corruption for all these years. Everybody talk about how corrupt Chicago is and corrupt Chicago politicians. Even some of y'all same ones was talking about how we done had all these black trying to denounce Brandon by saying we have all these black elected officials in Chicago and we ain't got nothing. Okay, well, guess what? Them same black elected officials that's been entrenched, they flock to Valley. They flock to him. So guess what? The same black elected officials that make you want to make an excuse for not supporting Brandon is who was on Valley's side. They expose who they are. They the ones that's been obstructing us this entire time for their selfish gain. And we had the opportunity, like a slave rebellion, like I said, the field Negroes versus the house Negroes, where Master Vallis, unfortunately, unsmartly, decided to have a meeting with all the other plantation masters and all the house Negroes in one plantation. And you know what we did, Martin? We took hammers and nails and we nailed them doors shut.
Yes.
And we took gasoline and poured it on that whole plantation and we lit a match.
See it.
That's what we did.
Leave it right there.
Because they unsmartly decided to all gather together and expose themselves.
Leave it right
That's
there.
what I got.
Let me go next call. Okay, hold on. All right.
Now you're burned.
All right.
Now
Listen,
you're burned.
The call line is open. 872-299-0808. Dr. Sanders is next. Come on, people. 872-299-0808. Call in. I want to hear from you. I want to hear from the other side. What's your thoughts? Come on, Dr. Sanders. Come on.
Come on. Tell me something good.
All right.
Martin, let me say this. I was at the poll. Of course, I was, judge this year. And only 62 people came to the precinct to vote. And I was just one of the Roseland areas. Let me say this. And I said on Facebook, but a whole lot of you all are not my friends on Facebook, and I care not to have a whole lot of people. You all sat here, and all you did was criticize Brandon. Mike Flannery ticked me off last night because the first thing, he had an attitude. Like, okay, so now you won. What you do? What you gonna do about this budget? Mike Flannery, go get your life, okay? You a racist too. You don't like nobody that's black, that's in power or position. But the devil got whooped last night. Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
And all of you all that little talked about him, guess what? You can keep it moving. Don't look Brandon's way. How about this? Don't even have an opinion because your opinion does not matter. You wore a false face. You actually played games. You didn't care. And how could you think that being with racist people is going to be better for yours who is already struggling and going through and trying to get to the top? Why would you even think that you have a right to an opinion? You really don't. So all of you all that's been licking and hanging on Vallis, go on, continue. All of them. Bobby Rush, you're in my jurisdiction, but guess what? You're not really hard the way you did last night. I saw Jamal last night. I did. And I saw Willie Wilson standing right behind all of them in the dark. All three of you all. And I'm disappointed with Bobby Rush. You know why? Because you're a Black Panther. The main thing you fought for, now you are the opposite. I'm starting to wonder, did you turn in the one that killed the leader? I'm starting to wonder. You look so sad. Jamal was standing there. Somebody was trying to, cuddle him. Why three of you black men act like you crazy? You don't need no cuddle from a crew that don't even like you. I mean, this is what happened. Brandon, I love you, brother. You deserve it. For once in our history of this city, we had a family man that said God comes first. He said that in all of his message. God comes first. All that other stuff, trying to fast something, stop being so freaking petty. It happens. You don't like it? Live your life. How about this? Turn in your voter's registration card, especially if you're hanging with the ones who don't like you, who still calls us niggers behind closed doors, will hire us and try to whore us around.
Dr. Sanders, I heard that they was called saying the N-word at Paul Vallis camp. You can hear them. Yep, that's what I heard. It was calling black people the N-word.
I heard that too. Somebody else told me that.
Yeah, see? You still an N-I-G-G-E-R. I told you. Go ahead, Dr. Sanders. Go ahead. Yeah.
You still right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's the truth. Because no matter what you think, you're still going to be a nigga. Regardless. Last night was epitome of history.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody can make fun of that. I double dare anybody to mess with Brandon. I guarantee you that. I took my time yesterday. If it had been somebody else, I would not have not done it. But because I believe in him, I said, I'm getting up at 3:15, have my happy hips over there at 4:45, made sure stuff was set up with people I never met. And I told them, I said, I'm wearing what I believe in. And Brandon, I had your back, man. I promise you I did, because of my heart, not because of style or any of the other things that we know. I did it because I love his wife, I love his children, and I love him. Now, black people, if you don't love your own getting to the top, then stay in the valley of dry bones. Stay in Lodabar, because Lodabar has no life. Lodabar is dry. It's no good. There's nothing there. There's no moisture in Lodabar. Look at the Bible and read the story about Lodabar, the valley of the dry bones. Stay with your oppressors that call you a nigger, that call you a whore, that call you all kind of things, that would demote you without a degree and still demote you with a degree. They don't like us. They hate us. So those who call the said the nigger word, keep on saying it. You know why? Because you are walking for the wrong one, and they're going to clock you out, or your time's going to be limited.
Hold it right there, Dr. Sanders. Come on, 815. I see you. 815, that's what you got to say. You in now today. I want to hear what you got to say.
What's going on? You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Go ahead, my bro. Go ahead.
Hey, man, congratulations to Brandon and all his supporters. When them lights came on, it hurt our soul to see all them familiar faces on the other side of the fence. So the guy behind Brandon and made a push and put up a hard fight. Even if Brandon would have lost, we would have known them guys supporting him with honor, and they would have kept their honor. Back room with Vallis and his team, hoping he wins so they can get some goodies in their hands. Hell of a support amongst their people. It hurt our soul to see him over there, but since you decide to go over there and support him, stay over there at this table. They came out and voted for Brandon. Oh, we supported, but a nice amount of them came out and showed them we voted for him. All guard playing these backroom deals, siphoning money off, stealing from the community programs and all that. Brandon being elected got a fair chance at the table. And we got a better chance than when Vallis came through. All that racist rhetoric, we don't need none of that from Vallis' team. And them guys that decided to join his team made no effort for all of that. Beautiful day in Chicago, everybody feeling good, but there's work to be done.
Yes.
Hey man, I'm happy for him. He was the honest. They didn't expect him to come out fighting like that. And when he ended up victorious, so many hearts, but it made so many people feel good on the inside. And they didn't expect it. Brandon put in a lot of work to be where he at, and something that's not gonna get seen.
Hey, bro.
He had a lot of supporters
Hey,
behind
big
him
brother.
pushing him.
Big brother, do me a favor. Keep your mouth close to the phone because you're going in and out. I know you're excited, but I want to hear what you got to say. Keep your nose so I can keep you flowing. We hear you, but it's like fading in and
I
out.
say he had a lot of supporters behind him.
Go
They
ahead.
won't make it to the big screen, or their name won't be in that. But he had a lot of supporters. Shout out to them also, man.
Mhm.
And I don't want to say too much. I don't
Okay.
want to hold y'all too long.
Okay.
But this is one for the home team, man. This
Yes,
is a
sir.
great win. People feeling good, and we just got to figure out a way to play our part each individually as one by one.
Mhm.
But man, I was just saddened to see Willie Wilson, Bobby Rush, and then they had the young boy. I think his name is Jamal Green. They pulled him into the fray. You use it, and they tried to use us against us, but we came out victorious. And that just said, like you say, man, we put the devil in a chokehold and took all the air out of his body. You know what I'm talking about? And man, it's a beautiful feeling. We're going to keep moving it, and we're going to keep it on. Take care, y'all.
Thank you, my brother. All right, 2841. 2841, last four digits of your number, 2841.
Hey, Martin.
Hey, how you doing?
Yes. Can you hear me, Martin?
Yes.
Hey, this is Vicky Lowe.
Hey,
It
Vicky
was
Lowe.
good to
It was
see
nice.
you at the event.
Yes, yes.
It was it was a fantastic event, and I just enjoyed all of it, talking with the people. It was a correlation, and I see how Brandon's going to be moving. He had everybody there. I talked to a couple of counselors, so I see how Brandon's going to be moving with his mayoralship, and he's already making moves. But I just wanted to say one thing. We were on the other side of the stage across from Brandon's family,
Mm-hmm.
and I noticed that all of the aldermen and everybody that wasn't on Brandon's side came in late, and they just pushed us out the way, Martin. They were the ones that were against the curtain.
Right.
And I'm like, look at this. Dorothy Brown and all of them. Where was they at when we was pushing for Brandon to be mayor? And they just ran over the wheelchairs, like with no regard for us. And we got to stop that, voting for these aldermen that don't care about us. It's time for a change. And I just, wanted to address that because that was just wrong of them to do that. And they didn't care.
Well, Dorothy Brown was there. She's been helping. So I could take up for her, but anybody else I can't speak for. But Dorothy Brown was there. Okay, I'll say that. So I want to clear that up. Dorothy Brown has been there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Just want to say that. Okay. All right. Let me hold on.
But it was a great evening.
It was great. Did you enjoy
evening.
yourself? Did you enjoy yourself, Vicky Lowe?
Yes, I did. Yes. Yes, I did.
You was a part of history that day. You can go back and show your grandbabies, your great grandbabies, and
yes,
you're in the history books now. Yeah, I'll tell you. And let me make this announcement.
Me and Monique.
Yeah, I've seen you guys. 872-299-0808 or 872-297-6389. You're welcome to call in. We're taking calls from both sides. We appreciate you guys. It has been a long war, but now it's time to heal and not forget. Not forget now. We'll forgive, but we ain't gonna forget. Don't trust them. Once people show you who you are, believe them.
Yeah.
Once they show you who don't, listen.
Believe them.
Always believe them. So don't look at them with that third eye like, okay, I know you're a turncoat. I got to watch you. But some of these people that's on this chart that you're looking right now, their career is over with. Over. It's over. And I got them pictures there for a reason, turned upside down.
And I don't have another call.
Okay. What you say?
Yeah, so I just wanted to say
Erica.
real quick.
But,
Also, big up to the youth.
Erica, hold on one second. 872-299-0808. Call in, people. The lines are open. They're free to call in. Anybody can call in. Okay, there you go, Erica. Go ahead. Go ahead, Erica.
Yeah, I just want to say real quick, big ups to the youth. The youth did the dang thing. like y'all, I don't know if y'all who have been watching the show know the work that I've been doing with youth coalitions to get the youth voters out for this election, for this runoff for Brandon Johnson, and just like to vote, period. But we are so proud. We got a ways to go, but what happened in Chicago yesterday, what happened in Chicago on Election Day, Tuesday, April 4th, 2023, was a reflection of the youth rising up in a way of voting that transformed the city. So when y'all see the amazing fun y'all had at Brandon's victory party and all of the different races coming together and creeds and people of all backgrounds dancing together, doing a percolator together, dancing a suavemente together, what y'all witnessed was a reflection of the world that the youth really want. There's a city that the youth deserve. And the thing that made us we started weeping, y'all. The youth organizers that I was sitting with, because I know you was probably on the other side of the building. Some of y'all, Monique and other ones. I even know I didn't see you, Monique. But we was over there on a section that had like a lot of the youth organizers, and I did try to mix in the crowd. But when we started actually realizing Brandon was really doing this thing and winning, we started weeping and hugging each other. And you want to know why? It's because it hit us that we experienced a victory like this while we still young enough to enjoy it. We still young enough to enjoy it. And we fought for this. So if y'all have any doubts about what we finna do in the city of Chicago, understand that y'all got young warriors that help make this happen. And we are determined to transform this city to be a city that we can enjoy while we're still young enough to enjoy it, where we don't got to worry about bullets flying, where we can take our baby, as young parents, we can take our baby strollers out without worry of violence. We can get wealth. We can buy homes finally. We don't got to stay in our parents' basements no more. Like that's the reality of young people in this country.
Right.
And the city of Chicago is about to become an image and a reflection of when young people take over to make a city the way they want it. One of the best, the average age, the median age in Chicago is 31 years old, y'all.
All right. Hold it right there, Erica.
This is a young city.
Hold it right there.
This is a young
Erica, hold it. Let me get.
And it should be fun and safe for young.
Let me get these couple of callers while they're calling in. 9031 is the last four digits. 903041. 31, I'm sorry. Go ahead, caller. 9031. Caller.
Hi, Martin.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi, Martin. It's Renee Jackson. How are you?
All right, great. Love your voice.
First of all, you have those photos upside down. Can you change the screen?
No. I got it like that for a reason. Got it like that for a reason.
Well, later I want to see who you're saying as the sellout.
Oh, you got.
I just want to say this really quickly. There are 8+ million people in the city of Chicago, and while the voter turnout was great yesterday, it still was low compared to what we should have had out there in full force. What I hope people realize is not only the importance of voting across the board, but what they should also really pay attention to is something that you have been saying since the very beginning, Martin, is look at the people who went to Paul and said they were going to back up and support Paul. When you're looking at people who are hugging him and kissing him, Bobby Rush and all the other people who were doing that, let's pay attention to how their districts and their wards look. If their district and wards are places that don't have grocery stores, if there are places that have fast food restaurants 24 hours a day, that don't have regular garbage pickup, have garbage everywhere, the audacity of them to throw any support to anyone speaks a lot about them. And I hope that the people in those neighborhoods really pay attention to those people who they elected to run their ward in their districts.
Say it, sister. Say it.
You called it, Martin. All of these people who kept supporting Paul, it didn't make any sense because all of these people, when they were interviewing people and police officers, husbands and wives and girlfriends and boyfriends were saying, you know, we're so devastated and X, Y, and Z because he didn't win. Here's the thing, Martin. If they were going to
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I don't know what happened. Hello? I don't know what happened. Caller? 90.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Caller?
the way that they said, or they were going to walk off the job.
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Hold on, caller. Hold on. I'll let you call.
All
I got
they
somebody
had to do
before
was
you. Go ahead, sister.
Go out and vote. Okay, go out and vote, and tell a family member or friends to go out and vote for Paul, who is who they wanted.
Right.
All you have to do is give Brandon a chance, right? Just like we gave Lori a chance.
Yes.
Give Brandon a chance. If he doesn't perform in his first term of office, then you know to not vote for him again, instead of having these lifelong politicians who don't do anything. And some of those same people are the same people who sat up there on a stage and hugged and kissed Paul, who they had no clue about.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you, Martin, for bringing all of this information to the forefront. You were really on this from the very beginning, and kudos to you. I really do appreciate you. You know I love you. Thank you for everything.
Thank you so much. All right. Hey, caller, area code 425. 425, caller. Area code 425. Caller, area code 425. All right, I'm going to skip that person.
Hello?
Yeah, come on with it now. Come on with it. Come on, caller.
Mark?
Yes, come on.
Hey, Mark.
All right, come on, bro. Come on, bro.
This is Rob.
I know who you are, Rob. Come on,
I'm
talk.
trying to make sure I was on. Hey,
Yeah, you on. You live
Rob.
uncut. Yeah.
I want to say big shout out to the Brandon campaign for making it happen. You know, it was a happy moment for me to see something like that happen and go down in history. We already know all the people who turned upside down. Wherever they worked at in the cities turned upside down. We ain't giving them a seat at the table. Keep them away from the table. And we gonna let it rock, man. We got to make sure that we show out for the city. We got to make sure that Brandon keep his word, do what he gonna do. He seems like a truthful brother. Let's give him a chance. That's all we can do.
Yes. And you know what? Not only giving him a chance, but let's help him, brother. Brandon cannot do it by himself. He's only one person.
Yes.
He needs help, people. So don't just, okay, now I voted for you, Brandon. Now go ahead and work that magic. It don't work like that, people. It don't work like that. We have to help Brandon Johnson.
What I would like to see.
Yeah. So what I'm saying, brother, we just
I would like to see them actually take our help, because
yeah, well, listen, everybody listen.
you remember when Lori got in, she wants all our help.
Right. Well, let me just say this. Now, listen, I'm gonna be honest with this. Now, Lori did a lot of things, some things we didn't agree with. But I'm gonna tell you, there's not one term is not enough to really to put the hammer down. You talk about 30 and 40 years worth of damage that's done to our communities. The sister said it. Look at these aldermen that's supporting Paul Vallis. Look at their wards. That's a sure thing to tell you what they think about their wards, and they're powerless. All they worried about is what they can get out of it. That's all. So people, we have a mayor right now that's willing to open the fifth floor up for everybody. And we got to respect that. So we have to come with fresh ideas. Don't get mad at brother Brandon because he don't take your idea because you think listen, brother, it's so much work that need to be done. A lot of us didn't put no work in this election. We stood on the fence. We played this game and wait to come out. You know, we didn't put no work in. And Brandon got a lot of decisions. Number one decision, he got to find a superintendent of the police department. That selection process got to start. He's got to get his other administration in play. So he got a lot of work to do his first 100 days, people. He gonna have a lot of work to do, and it's not easy. Listen, that night of the election, of the victory party, he was being threatened. He had so many death threats that night. Y'all didn't know that. Why you think he was sitting on the stage? He was standing on the stage only with his family on. It was a lot of death threats that night. A lot of death threats, people. I'm telling you, you got big billionaires put a lot of money in this. You got a lot of people that was on Paul Vallis' side that was invested in this. Poor, rich and poor. And they have got a lot of promises made. So Brandon has to be careful, people. We seen what happened to Harold Washington. So he has to be careful. He can't be friendly with too many people. He can't be eating from people. He can't be socializing like that and being out over. He have to have security, people. We need to secure this brother. We have to. We have to. And that's what I want to say. You know, he received a lot of death threats. It was people that's in Paul Vallis' camp. Yes. Hold on. Hold it. It was people in Paul Vallis' camp was falling out faint. They couldn't believe what they were seeing. They just knew without a shadow of doubt that Paul Vallis was going to be the next mayor of the city of Chicago. And some of them people in his camp, they work just as hard as us on the other side. And they're upset. They're upset. Okay, go ahead, Erica. You want to say something?
No, I was just going to say, I just wanted you to be able to say more about the death threats because, like, the one thing about the other side, they outspent Brandon's campaign almost 2-1. I think Paul Vallis raised almost $20 million. And Brandon raised about $8 million. And that was from working class people, unions, teachers, janitors, daycare workers, and personal donations. So it was literally the haves versus the have-nots. Some of those wealthy people on Paul Vallis' side wrote $700,000 checks at one time. That's how much money they got, but they afraid to be taxed. Get out of here. But like, I believe you about the death threats, but I was hoping you might say more about how you found that out or heard about that.
No, I don't worry about it. I just know.
This man's life is.
I'm the crime chaser. I just know. Don't worry about it. I know.
Martin.
Okay.
Yes.
Martin, you're the crime chaser.
Martin,
but I just.
Let Dr. Sanders say something. Go ahead, Doc.
Let me right quick because I'm gotta go to bed. Let me say this to you all. For those who had the death threat, the devil rebuked. Right now, we rebuking Satan because this was God's doing. Understand that. Don't take nothing for granted. It was the Lord's doing. And when the Lord does something, we have to sit back and allow the Lord to protect us. Now, everybody knows you all are mad. If you lost your money because Dallas didn't win, so what? Whoopee. So is life. But Brandon, all of you all, the young man said, well, now you got to call him to the carpet. No. Young man, let me help you out. Open your mouth when you see a crime happening. See, that's how you work to help him out. He don't have eyeballs all on his face. He don't have the Zooms and Casper the Friendly Ghost to come and tell him anything. Open your mouth when you see rape. Open your mouth when you see carjacking. Open your mouth. That's how you help your mayor. That's how you help your city. It's being a part of it, not sitting back and having them cater to you. None of us are all that. So when you want to help your other person, like I do with Jeanette Taylor, if something go down in my community, the other one we had, Cochran, he got my phone call, and people would tell you, I told him I didn't like him in the same. Why I didn't like him? Because it's his thoughts that killed the community. Open your mouth. That's what me and Proactive is. He's not God. Be careful not to push him to a higher level and want him to do everything for us. No. Be the constituents that you are and be his seeing eye dog. So when things are going wrong, you hold your older person to accountability for your community. That's what helps the mayor out. We have a family man here. We don't have no gangster mafia dude here that's got all kind of bad things. You got a good guy. But if you're complaining because it's a good guy, then maybe you should have went to the other side of the fence. So be a help. Don't expect him to do everything. Martin said in 100 days. He's got a lot before him. I bind the devil right now for those who want him out of here. I bind Satan because see, I'm going to tell you something. The faith of God is going to come and prevail on your head. We're going to get you. So all of you all that hate him, then move on. I believe in this mode. If you don't like somebody, why are you in their circle? Why are you having a conversation with them? So the devil is a liar, and he will not prevail on Brandon Johnson's family. I rebuke that right now in the name of Jesus. You all that want to help him, be a constituent of helping him. Let him know. That's how you do that. Don't expect him to do everything. I just wanted to let y'all know that because death threats, I take it very personal because those are cowards who don't know how to fight, but they run their mouth. So if they want to go with Dallas, move on. Because all the wealthy millionaires, ever like you said, they lost their money, whoopee. You lose at the gambling boat, what's the difference? So the thing of it is that Brandon is a good man. Don't do this to him. Would you done it to Harold Washington? No, you would not have. If you don't want black people in office, then don't vote for black people don't promote them. Because if you like drama, then stay with drama. I took time from my job yesterday to be there for him because I love my brother in the Lord and I love what he set forth. That's my heart. But for you all to say, oh, he did, no. Don't come at him like that. I get you in your face. Help him out. That's how you do it. Amen.
Amen. 2841.
Amen.
Amen. 2841.
And thank you, Martin. What I wanted to say was,
hold on,
what
brother.
I seen from the event, it was just everybody together talking about what they wanted to see come for Chicago, white, old, young, Chinese, Hispanic. I mean, everybody was just so full of ideas. So I can see a new change, like Erica was saying. The young people were engaging, and it was a wonderful thing, Martin. And I think it's going to be a better day for us if we just keep this momentum up.
Right.
Thank you for taking my call.
Thank you. No problem. Okay, 425 area code. Come on. Do you know your area code? Come on. 425. Hello?
Hey, this is Brother X. Hey, this is Brother X.
Okay.
I'm spokesman of ECCSC.
Okay. Okay. Come on, bro.
Me and my team, we just had a brief meet with Brandon Johnson. He sponsors us, so you will be seeing us and him doing plenty of work together.
Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. That's good to know. That's good to know. You know, like he said it's a seat at the table for everybody. You know, it's just one person. You know, my thing is, brother, everybody got the right who they want to support. I don't have a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes when we go too overboard, and what I mean by that, we use intimidating tactics of other people, and that's not cool. That's cool. At the end of the day, most of us that supported Brandon are black, you know, and some of us stopped speaking to each other, cussing each other out, death threats and all that type of stuff. Listen, brother, you ain't gonna never see me go hard on another black person for a white man. You're not gonna see it, brother. If Paul Vallas would have hired me, I would have did my job. But at the end of the day, I would have voted for whom I thought was the best person. I wouldn't have shortchanged Paul Vallas if he would have hired me. Now, I'm saying that publicly. But I know at the end of the day, what's good for my people. Business is one thing, but my vote is personal. You know, and that's why I didn't ride the fence. I told people who I was standing for. I stood for a brother that I felt that would be a good image to other young black men that's striving in this country. A brother that's a family man, a God-fearing man, a political person, so a teacher. So this is what I want. So many bad images of us African American males is in the news, in the media. Y'all see it every day: carjacking, snatching and grabbing, robbing, domestic violence. Aren't you tired of looking at those images in the media? Aren't you tired? We need to see men like Brandon Johnson that's doing things, that have a vision, that's masculine. That's masculine, people. We need that as young men. I was talking to a young lady today, and she was saying that her son is mimicking everything she do. I said, oh, you got to watch that. You got to watch that. We need men to be men. We need men, young boys to mimic grown men, good role models, you know. So people, listen, I'm for it. Some people just went crazy off the deep end. And listen, and like I said to the other side, I said, Paul Vallas made everybody promises. Even if he would have won, trust me, y'all would have came back on this side anyway, because he wouldn't be able to fulfill all those promises. That was a thing. I was in high school. I graduated in 1987. That was a thing that he used to have in the hallway. Blessed are they who expect nothing, for they shall not be disappointed. Sometime you just got to go with your gut feeling and go with a person. Not looking for nothing. I believe that you should. Your vote is an investment, and you should look for a return. But sometime we just got to be a blessing. Just give and get blessed on the other end. Now, you would think the way I was campaigning and carrying Brandon Johnson, that I was on his payroll or that he promised me a job. It wasn't none of that, people. I promise you. I believed in the young man. I'm older than he is. And I wanted to see him win. I really wanted to see him. Now, could I find flaws in Brandon? Yes, I could find flaws in Brandon Johnson. But I said, this is the image that we need, African-American men need. We need that image. We need it. I'm tired of young men walking around here with their pants sagging, slinging guns, talking slick, beating up on women. I don't want that for our culture. Now, we know we can't stop crime. We can't stop everybody the way they living, but man, there got to be a change. Something has to change for our people. You cannot be what you can't see. Our young Black youth need to see a role model. A role model. And Brandon Johnson is that. Now, listen, people. We got to work with Brandon Johnson. Now, this ain't hallelujah time. Now, we shouting and we singing, we celebrating. Yes, he got in now. Now, he got to be sworn in and all that, but we got to work with him, brothers and sisters. We got to work with him. All right? We got to work with him because he's only one man. He can't do it by himself. He got billions of dollars of budget. So he have to budget the money right. He got to find out the key players, who he can trust, who he can't trust, who's enemy, who's foes. And also, he's going to be under constant threat. A lot of people are not happy. Not just white people, it's some Black people that's not happy about Brandon Johnson being the mayor of the city of Chicago. They're not happy. So we have to be careful of that. We got to be mindful of that. We got to pray for the brother. We got to pray for his children. We got to pray for his marriage. All of that. All of that. And I ain't mad at nobody tonight. But I know who you are. I know who you are. Go ahead, Erica. Miss Erica. Erica.
You want me to talk?
I called on you.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think this is so pivotal right now, what's going on. And I like what you said, Martin. I'm sorry if y'all hear baby crying in the background. She's gonna pull up.
Yeah.
But what we see going on right now in Chicago is it's not like people are so used to the typical election power of just like voting every 4 years or whatever and then going home. But this ain't that, y'all. What won Brandon Johnson that victory last night are the warriors. Those of us who be protesting in the street. Those of us who are willing to put our lives on the line, get arrested, and sacrifice ourselves for justice are part of who got Brandon that victory last night. So what does that mean? That for once, this is more than just an election day. This is a collaboration of people who are willing to go out in the streets and do the work. And a part of that work was us reaching out to those that don't typically do the type of work we do. I was at the corner stores. I was at the liquor stores when I was canvassing. I didn't even go by the computer system. I was just going to Black people in my neighborhood who I know don't vote and giving them literature and talking to them. So what we need to understand is this is different, y'all. This is an all hands on deck approach where we all got to collaborate together, whether you get a paid position or not, but just simply because you care about ending this violence, ending this the way we live in right now, and that you are willing to go to your block, your community, your street, and you are willing to help implement and educate the community around you. You're willing to talk to people you don't usually talk to. You just come home, park your car, and go inside. Come home, park your car, and go inside. That has to end now, Chicago. Everybody under the sound of my voice, is a different day. A new day has come to Chicago where it's all hands on deck. And it's going to be up to all of us to change this city. And we now have captured the power of the pen with Brandon. We now have the power of the pen and the power of the money of the city. That's powerful. But we need to do our part. So please understand, this ain't like what y'all are used to. Y'all are dealing with an organizer community now who are about being in the streets. So unfortunately, if we canvassed you or we reached out to you and that's how you got involved or you understood it was the Black man who needed to win, great. That's how we won. But we are now recruiting you into a movement. We are recruiting you as soldiers now. We are whole warriors. And you have been recruited. Because that's the only way we're going to change this city.
Erica, okay, I got another caller. You got to turn your phone down because I hear echo for you because it's got to be you. If you're on speakerphone or if you're on ear Bluetooth, that'll do it too as well. So I do hear echo on your part. But okay, I got an area code 217, caller 217. 217. 217.
Hey, Martin.
How you doing?
Hi, Martin.
How you
Everyone, Vicky Lowe, Erica.
Hey, Vicky Lowe.
And Dr. Sanders, this is Monique.
Hey, Monique.
I enjoy seeing all of you all last night. I enjoy being on this side of history.
Yes.
Oh, my God. I just enjoyed everything. How everyone came together. Black, brown, beige, white. We was all out there together, and that was just something that hit my heart so well. I like the fact also I want to mention Stacey Gates, the CCU president. I hope I'm saying it right. I love when she came out and gave her speech about being a mother because I resonated so well with her, with having children coming up and, you know, a child in high school and the fear and things like that. I also love the fact that she gave a moment of silence for my fellow Roseland brother, Jermaine Pelt, firefighter Jermaine Pelt. And I mean, it was just, nobody just went unnoticed last night. I mean, they hit every point with everyone, with every creed, color, everything. And also, I love the fact, my favorite part too, was when Brandon came out and he said, you know, we all been on the payment plan before. We all had to do this. And everybody was clapping and cheering because we all have been there, you know. And I'm glad he brought that up. You know, he brought it up as a joke, but at the same time being for real. And I mean, hey, like I said, it did my heart so well. All of us in one room getting along. Nothing happening, nothing bad, you know. I just enjoyed it. And Erica, you did an amazing job with the youth organization. I saw that. You was doing your thing, hon. I just have to say that.
Oh, thank you so much,
did the thing, ma'am. All right. And Martin, you too out there yesterday. You were on the little camera shot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I thought she said something. But yeah, Martin, you did your thing. You was out there on that mic, and I mean, you was doing your thing.
Well, that's what I
like
do.
I said, I was a little camera shy. I wasn't trying to be funny, y'all. But yeah, all righty.
Okay, thank you so much. I got another caller, actually. Hey, caller, 5883 caller. Where you calling from? Caller? 4 digits, last 4 digits of your telephone number, 5883. Caller, go ahead. Caller. All right, well, we'll pass up on them. All right. Listen, people, we have to work together. We have to do what we have to do, people. We have to work together. We got to work with Brandon now. Like I said, now don't just think this liberation time now. We got to fight for it. Listen, the devil don't stop. He gonna keep busy. Everything Brandon tried to do, his blueprint that he got, they're gonna try to fight against him. And I guarantee you, it's gonna be people that look like me and you that's fighting so hard against him, trying to prove their loyalty to the other side. I'm telling you. And I'm gonna tell you, it's a lot of white people out here right now that's tired of this mess out here. They're tired of it. That's why they voted for Brandon. A lot of them. They're tired. They're tired. They are tired. And listen, people, and I want to tell you guys.
Martin, can I say something real quick?
Yeah, when I get done talking. Yeah, when I get done talking, you can say something, Miss Erica. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. I'll let you come in next. All right. All right.
Okay.
Listen, we have to stay so focused when Brandon Johnson get in. We have to get our game plan together. What are we going to do to help this city operate better? Are we going to sit back like Dr. Sanders said, watch people kill women, kill babies, domestic violence, drive-by shooting? Are we going to sit still and watch that and not do anything? Okay, especially for those of us that live in these high crime areas. We cannot continue allow people to come in our neighborhood and make us prisoners. We have to protect our seniors, our women, and our children. We have to protect our women, our seniors, and our children. We have to protect people. We have to. Go ahead, Erica.
Yeah, Martin, I just wanted to add, for those that are not familiar with what's happening right now in Chicago, the only reason I can tell y'all this is because I come from the movement that Brandon came out of that allowed him to win this thing that was on the ground. We are the organizers, we are the activists, we are the protesters, but we believe in communities having the power. We believe in the people having the power. But this is what we need to understand, y'all, that may be new to this, right? And not just being told what to do by power, but actually telling power what to do. Brandon believes in that. It's different than what we're used to. So we need to educate our communities on this new dynamic because the way it looks is different. For example, Brandon is now the mayor. He has the power to pen, and he shares our understanding and ideology. He has access to the money, the coffers of the city. But what that's going to look like is us identifying what's happening in our communities, in our blocks, that are the root of the violence. For example, do you live on a street where you know there's a gang house, where they congregate, where they hang out, and you afraid to come out your house? But ain't nobody ever talked to these young men. Ain't nobody ever talked to them about dreaming of something better than this. Or what do you want to do with your life? And they say, oh, I just want to shoot or kill or whatever they might respond. Mm-hmm. But you say, what are you good at? And actually have real conversations with them. And then when they start to talk about how they like to play music, or they always wanted to play guitar, or they always wanted to sing, or they might even start singing for you. But talking to Brandon about bringing the resources so that they can fulfill those other dreams, and their hands will be too full to pick up a gun. But that only comes with our cooperation. This is a group effort, y'all. This ain't like the politics y'all are used to. This ain't like the elected officials y'all are used to. Brandon comes out of a specific movement of radicals in the city of Chicago who are about community power. And so we're not done. We're going to be the same way we knock doors to get him elected. We're going to be knocking doors to educate our people on how to be participants in this, how they actually have the power to help change this. And then with the power of the pen, Brandon is able to release the money and the resources we need to make it happen. But it's going to take all of us.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. We got Marcus on here. Come on, Marcus.
And
let Marcus go now.
Marcus, Marcus goes out.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Come on, Marcus.
Hello. Well, I'm just jumping in on the conversation, and I hear an echo. But I'm just jumping in on the conversation.
Are you on a speakerphone? Are you on a speakerphone? I can turn it down. You're on a speaker or in Bluetooth. You got to take out the Bluetooth or speakerphone. You're going to get the echo.
No, I'm neither on one. I'm on the phone.
Okay.
Now I don't hear it.
Okay,
but
go ahead.
A lot of young people out here, they're not educated on what the mayor does. They don't even know what the governor does. They know what the president does because that's highly popularized, but they don't pay attention to the mayor. You know, I was in Manny's yesterday, and this kid I know came in there, and I thought he saw what was going on, but apparently he didn't. And as me and another photographer was leaving, he spoke to me and he said, well, what's going on? I said, well, the two mayoral candidates are here. Both of them have been here. Brandon hadn't even completely left. And he was like, who is those guys? I said, you haven't heard about the biggest election that's going on in the city? No, because a lot of them don't watch the news and they've not been educated. And it's not that easy to walk up on the streets and approach these young men. It sounds good and it might work for certain people, but it is not that easy for the average Joe to walk up to these kids on the street and start preaching to them, because a lot of them will pull a gun on you just for telling them to go in the right direction. They'll jump on you. They have that mindset. And so that's why you have that problem in our community. But now that we have Brandon Johnson in office, we as a community got to help him. And how do we do that? Somebody said, we know where the gang houses is at. We need to talk to the gang leaders. We need to talk to these people. And we need to tell them that the actions you do will make this black man in office look like he is not competent enough to run the city. If you continue to do all this crime and in your community, as well as going downtown and on the north side doing it, it's going to make Brandon look bad. It's going to give the FOP what they want. It's going to give other people what they want. We as a community got to show up in a meeting. Brandon has got to want to meet with the black community, because based on what a reporter from the Crusader told me, it was the black wards that put Brandon in City Hall. And Brandon needs to know that black people put him in City Hall. Now, we shouldn't have to ask you, what are you going to do for us? You should be preparing after already knowing the problems, after already being a school teacher. You should be preparing to do something for us. We understand that you are not black people's mayor. You are the mayor of Chicago. But it was the black wards that put you in office, and we'll hold you to your agenda, and we expect for you to do better than the previous mayor and the mayor before that, because we put you in office. And black people need to come to these meetings. A lot of them don't show up. And young black people, you need to listen to somebody who walks out their house and say, look, what is it you like doing? Surely you don't like standing out here on the street corner, ducking and dodging bullets and running from the police. You can't like that, right? What can I do to help you get off that street corner? What can I do? We need to support more black businesses. We need to support the black businesses so that the black businesses can hire those kids that's standing on the street corner. But the reality is some of those kids want an unrealistic wage that no job in the world is going to pay them. They want that money that they see in those rap videos. They want that record deal. Everybody ain't going to get a record deal. Everybody ain't going to be
Mhm.
gonna get picked by the NBA. It's not that many teams. It's not that they can't play. It's not that many teams, and it's not
Mhm.
that enough money to go around. Everybody is not gonna be a superstar or celebrity. But what is it that you really like doing? I would say to Brandon, bring back the trades and put them in the Park District like they once was. They weren't only in the schools, but the Chicago Park District had wood shop, locksmith, and all of that, arts and crafts, and all of those programs. Bring them back and make them free to communities that are suffering. Make them free. Bring back those resources. And that might stop some of the violence. But no one in office is going to stop gangs or violence, because that's all in the mind of the person that's out there in those gangs and committing those crimes.
Yes. And Martin, can I respond to what Marcus just said?
Sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, so Marcus, you made some really valid points. And one of the things you said about like it's hard to approach these kids, you know, they might jump you. That's the thing we need to understand. This is not about going it alone. I know sometimes that's how we think. But if they got a gang, we need a gang. But our gang is just different. You know, we need to learn how to collaborate with each other. And the way that Brandon has grown in this movement, I know it will resonate with him to even have this brought to him. That's one of my plans as far as talking to Brandon, is about the plans for the hoods and the Black communities of how we actually implement these solutions. But we need to have teams that are sent by the new mayor's office that understand the communities. We're not there to preach to them or talk down to them, but we're there to ask a simple question that they've never comprehended. And I've experienced this myself being on the block. What is your actual dream? And I know, Marcus, you said they want to be rich. They want to be like these rap videos. But y'all understand that it comes from capitalism, right? Of being the rich person or whatever. And we need to educate our youth about how that's actually the thing that's detrimenting them, that greed, that seek of money, regardless of who is poor, you know. But what we need to do is ask them a simple question. What is your actual dream? If you had no barriers, what would you love to do? Love to do, even if you didn't get paid a lot to do it. What is the thing you would love to do? And make sure you get paid to do it. And if we ask those questions, if we come in groups, not individually, they're not pulling no gun on us as a group, because we outnumber them if we approach them individually. So the thing is that we need to connect that street power with the mayor's office. And then once we identify these needs and these dreams, we go to the mayor's office to say, this is how much we need. These are the resources we need. These are the programs we need to connect these specific young people to make sure that they are now so occupied with their dreams and getting paid for it. So they have food and sustenance, and they have the things they need as basic needs. So they're not out here robbing and killing, but they so occupied with a thing that is in their heart that they don't even think about picking up a gun because they're too occupied with learning an instrument or learning to paint or learning how to build something or paint something or reconstruct a house or whatever it may be. And that's going to take all of us. But that's what needs to happen, y'all. That's what needs to happen. I just wanted to add more in.
Okay. Go ahead, Marcus.
Can I say this? I have an idea that Brandon needs to do that no other mayor has done. He needs to open up City Hall to the young people and have these meetings. He needs to meet with them in park gymnasiums. They need to see Mayor Brandon, and they need to know that Mayor Brandon works for them as well as the elders. But we need to let them speak. And I'm not talking about the ones that got straight A's. I'm talking about the ones that's out there. He needs to open up City Hall to the weed smoking, gun toting young men and women, carjackers, and he needs to sit them down in the council chambers right there where the officers sit and meet with them. When I'm gonna tell you this, why I say this, they sit in that seat and realize that they're sitting in a seat that a powerful alderman has sat in, or even sitting behind them and watching how city government works. He needs to open up City Hall and invite them. That should be a mandatory school trip, and invite them to sit there and watch how city government operates. And then he needs to come into the
Marcus,
community, to the
Ooh.
Park District field houses, and call a town hall meeting. He needs to start in Englewood, Roseland, K-Town, the West Side. He needs to meet with them, and then he needs to bring all of them together at City Hall and meet with them. It's enough room. Open up City Hall to the
Marcus.
Let him go. Don't care. Interrupt him.
Marcus,
Let him go. Go ahead, Marcus.
Oh my God.
Erica, let him talk. Let him talk. Go ahead.
So I'm just saying, open up City Hall to the people, and then go beyond that. We go to Governor Pritzker. Open up the House flow. Buses need to be provided by the governor,
Yes.
to bring busloads of kids and adults. Parents don't even know how city government or state government operates. They need to be brought down to the state capitol and see how laws are passed. They need to know who their state reps are, who their senators are, who the Congress are, and what their reason of being in government. Reading about it isn't good enough. I'm saying this because, well, you take a kid to a firehouse, and out of that group of kids, one or two of them end up being a fireman. They need to also be taken on a tour to the police station and need to see the other side of what it means to be a police officer. And then we'll eliminate some of this hate. And instead of them saying F the police, they will become a police officer to change the system that's oppressing them.
Okay.
It
Yeah,
needs to be
Marcus, I just want to say what you just said is so powerful. And I just want to just present this to y'all. Like I said, we have entered a new day in Chicago. And because I come from this movement, I can speak directly to this. Do y'all understand how powerful it would be? Marcus, you just said something brilliant. Do you understand how powerful it would be if City Hall decided to have a day, right? Where those of us who are willing to go to the streets in groups to these young people who are out here gangbanging, who are out here shooting, who are out here doing whatever, right? With some amnesty. Because if you don't change, the popo gonna come get you. But some amnesty. And we actually took all the 50 seats in City Hall. And for that particular day, we brought them to City Hall and we sat them in the seats instead, based on who they've identified as their strongest leaders. And they sit in the seat, and then their supporters, their gang friends, their block friends are in the audience. Because I know most of y'all listening to this have been to City Hall at least once, maybe. And y'all know how it works. You get 3 minutes to speak, and then you speak to the alderman and the mayor. But what if for one day we brought them to, and the aldermen voluntarily relinquished their seats for that day, maybe standing next to them, and they gave the seats to them, the leaders that are identified from these groups, with their supporters and their gang sets in the audience, with 3 minutes to speak, with public comment, and they actually learned what it's like to advocate for their people with resources, now that we got the keys to the city. And they actually learned that they can get what they need another way without a gun. And if we did that on the city level and the state level, that would be powerful. But that has to take all of us, because we are the ones on the street that would have to identify who these young people are. And like you said, Marcus, getting buses paid by the state and everything to get them where they need to go, but actually giving up the seats for just a moment to hear from them, make them feel like they got a voice, make them feel like they got another way to get what they want that don't involve a bullet, and actually make that possible. And we can do that on the street. All of us who voted for Brandon and supported Brandon, if we are politically educated and we have groups, we could do that, y'all. That's powerful. The world has never seen what we're doing in Chicago right now. We are the biggest social experiment ever in this nation right now. It's our oyster right now. And we need to utilize it. That's what I'm saying.
And if we did this in Chicago, it will spread nationwide. All the other major cities would be like, wow, the mayor in Chicago did that. He opened up City Hall to the people on the streets, to the street people, to the carjackers, to the gun owners, and the non-gun owners. City Hall is the people's building, and it should be open to the people, not just for tourists, but open to the people to come in there and see how city government runs. He should have a meeting. He should make history by saying, we're not going to have a city council meeting, but we're going to have a community meeting with the community,
Yes.
with the young people, with the teenagers, and let them talk. People just need to let them talk and let them tell their story. Let them tell you why they're out there. And
Yes.
then while you're listening,
And what they need.
you're thinking of resources that could get them from being out there. It'll change some of them. It won't
Exactly.
save all of them. But if they sitting in that alderman seat, that alderman sits in, and learn how the alderman work and be the alderman for a day, and fight for their people for a day.
Yes.
And this ain't no fake stuff. This is real.
Mm-hmm.
It will change some of them.
And that,
They'll be like,
yes,
wow.
yes, Marcus.
Let me
Because
just say
in
this,
their group, they have people just like with us.
Erica.
We got people that we feel are leaders. They got people that they feel are leaders, and we need to put them in them seats for the day.
Right. Let me just say this
Go ahead,
to
Marianne, I'm
people.
sorry.
Sounds a great idea. We have to also go back to parenting. And that a lot of crime will go down because parents have to parent their children. You know, they have to monitor them. So we got to get to all these are preventions. You know, instead of me being called the crime chaser, I would love to be called the crime prevention. You know what I'm saying, brother? So I'm teaching you how to prevent crime. You know, we need that too as well. We need to, when we can see things getting ready to brew up, we got to know how to prevent it from happening. Some people are calling them emotions, and you know, like right now, I always say, you got a young man out there that look like me and you, that's ready to shoot. They're mad at the world. They're mad, and all they need is a reason. You to talk crazy on social media. You to cut in front of them, cut them off on a car, or you mean mug them or stare at them. They need a reason to justify it in their mind that I'm going to shoot this person. So we have to get our brothers out of that mentality, and sisters, because we got studs out here. They shooting and killing too, just like the brothers. That goes back to that mental health. And we have to address these are serious ills in our community. In order for us to elevate in the Black community, we must tell ourselves, hey, we got a problem. We have a problem. In order for an addict to receive help, he has to admit that he have a problem. In the Black community, we got to admit that we have a gun problem in our community. And well, you say, well, Martin, I believe in guns. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about young people are slaughtering each other. Young people are getting illegal guns illegally. They're carrying illegal guns. And not only that, they are using them. And a lot of these young men are raised up in single family homes. So we have to go back to the parenting. We have to go back to, like Erica said, a ground game, and go and talk to these young people. We have to. Brandon Johnson said that he wants to invest in young people. And if he do exactly what he says, I guarantee you we will see a drastically reduction in crime. Now, Brandon Johnson won't be able to stop crime now, so don't blame. Now, if your son or your mom or your daughter get killed, you can't blame Brandon Johnson or Kim Fox, because Brandon Johnson is not out there pulling no trigger. Kim Fox is not out there pulling no trigger. You can't blame those two. Because, see, I notice a lot of Black people in our community, it's the blame game on a lot of people, especially those in office. We have to take accountability on ourselves. You as a parent, you know that your son is not in the house at 9 o'clock. You need to be calling his cell phone, calling around, looking for him or her. It's not the city of the police to go find your son or daughter because they didn't come home that night. That's not their job. We have to get on our job as parents. We all can do better. We all, myself, you, we all can do better parenting our children. Because I always tell parents, if you don't get a hold of your sons and daughters, you got the gangs, you got drugs, you got strippers, prostitutions, you got the gay bars, you got all types of things that's waiting on them that if they get involved, they probably would never turn back around to go straight again in life and get back on the right track. So we have to, as parents, we have to get on that. We have to start speaking to one another. Hey, how you doing, my brother? How you doing, my sister? Give them a nod. You know, we got to start doing that, people. We got to we have to go in the right direction. We have to plant seeds. The scripture said, one plant, one water, and God gives the increase. In that order. That's what we have to do. Marcus said it. He was in Mannix. The young man didn't know what was going on. He was lost. That's what you call politically illiterate. That's what he is. It's like a financial illiteracy. Some people, as soon as they get money in their hand, they spend it all. They don't think about the next day or what could happen. But they get $1,000. They think about that flat screen TV, that PlayStation game, or give me a car or something. Not thinking about just hold the money. Hold it for 10 days. Hold it for 30 days and just see. And sometimes if you hold your money for a couple of weeks, you'll realize, hey, what you really wanted, that's not what you really wanted. So we have to get back onto old school parenting. We got to get back onto that and involve with our children. We have to take time, because if we don't take time with our children, they got the video games, they got the drill music. Hey, they already fight influence when they go out in the street and in schools and things like that. And a lot of times our youth are disconnected from the older people. They say we don't understand, and the older people say they don't understand. So we have to break that up, that middle ground, and we got to connect with our youth. We have to do that. That's the purpose of me bringing Erica on here, so she can draw people that's younger than her, on here to listen, that makes sense, so we can know how they feel. That's just my story, people. Erica, go ahead if you want.
Yeah, Marcus, I wanted to add, that's the thing we need to understand. Brandon said when he was interviewed after the victory, recently on the news, they asked him, what's your number one priority in the first 100 days? And you know what he said? He was like, reaching our youth. Now, he could have whittled it down to just gun violence, as just a normal thing to say. But he specified that in his first 100 days, his first priority is reaching our youth. That's powerful, yo. And I feel like Brandon is an awesome leader that comes from our movement, who understands root causes. And at this point, that answer he gave is absolutely correct. And when the leader is right, we need to know when to follow. And the leader just said that we helped get elected. Our first priority is reaching these kids. Our first priority is reaching these young people out here in these streets. And he is absolutely correct. So we need to figure out how we are going to play a part in that like never before. And because he now has the power of the pen, because of all of our work and our votes, he has the power of the pen. He has access to the coffers of this very wealthy city. We are one of the wealthiest cities in the world, y'all, not the nation. We are one of the wealthiest cities in the world. And Brandon's willing to tax the rich people to get us more money. We did a good thing, y'all. So money ain't the problem. There was a book written called Chicago is Not Broke. Because it's the truth. Chicago is not broke. So I want y'all to get out y'all mind scarcity right now. Scarcity in the city of Chicago don't exist. There is more than enough money to do everything we want to do. We just got to take it out the pockets of the people who've been hoarding it. And Brandon's willing to do that if we need it. So if you think a budget is an issue or amount of money is an issue, take that out your mind right now, because the money is there. These are the same wealthy people in Chicago who was writing Paul Vallis $700,000 checks at once. They got it. You hear me? They got it. So The money ain't the problem. So take that out your mind right now. Pretend, like, just accept the fact that money is not an issue in the city of Chicago. We are wealthy beyond measure.
Yeah.
And now that you know money's not the issue and you got a leader who's willing to get the money where it needs to come from, what can we do? And that's what we need to do like never before, so we can have the safest city in the country. And if we pull this off, y'all, and Martin, I just wanted to add, so last night at the event, right, it was beautiful, it was powerful, it was so many different people. But at the end of the night, and I don't know if anybody here was there was a coat check, and it was free, which is great. Check your coat. And then, of course, parking, I think, was like $25 flat rate. I think they made sure that the hotel we were going at gave us a flat $25 rate, not no ridiculous charge. But there were people struggling at the coat check because the line was so long. But there was actually 2 coat checks that were connected, and the lines could have been shorter if people knew there was a second line. And I was standing in this long line, and I started to hear people murmuring and complaining. And this is right after this beautiful victory, right? White people, different colors of people, they starting to murmur. And I said, I need to stand up. So you know what I did? I stepped out of line and I started shouting. And I said, hey, there's 2 lines. Go in the second line. They were like, oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And they started going in the second line, made the line shorter. They got their coat. And then when I went to go do the pay for parking, some people didn't know you had to turn the magnetic strip to the right. So it caused the line to be very long because people didn't know how to use it. And once I figured it out, I got out of line and I said, hey, turn all your magnetic strips to the right and it will work. And it made the line move faster. So what we need to understand is that people are watching to see how efficient we move this city now that Brandon's won. And that takes leaders to step out of line and begin to direct people. When you realize what the key is to making it work faster, you don't need to be paid. You don't need a consultant fee. You just step out of line and you help it. You help make things work better because the whole world is watching. This is a social experiment like never before. The whole world is watching to see if the people having the power actually work. And it is our job to make sure that the people having the power does work. And we can do that, y'all. Brandon's first priority is the youth, and that needs to be our first priority. I don't think nobody that supported Brandon disagrees with that. So we need to figure out how to plug in. I'm definitely going to be connecting with Brandon and making sure that we have a cohesive plan, but we hitting the streets, baby. We hitting the streets. We finna prove to the whole world that when the people have the power, we can make it work.
Beautiful. Go ahead, Marcus.
I just want to ask this.
Go ahead.
Brandon is the youngest mayor. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm not sure.
He's young.
Yet. He's young. He's 47.
Yes. I mean, I know Lori ain't in her 40s.
He is historically young. He is historic because he's 40. He's 40. He just turned 47. He's the youngest mayor we've ever had.
Right. So that's a big help because he understands young people. He in his 40s, he understands the needs of young people. He has worked with young people as a school teacher. So he's not lost. He understands what they're thinking today because he worked in one of the worst schools of all schools. It was also the school where Dantrell Davis went to. For those of you who don't know, the little boy that was killed back in 1994 or 92, he was shot and killed while on his way to Jenner Elementary. And so what I'm saying is by him being young, he understands the needs of young people. And that's a good thing. His first priority is the youth. So he should have a council meeting with the youth.
Okay. Well, listen.
And ask them, what can I do for you as a mayor?
Okay. We're going to leave it right there, people. I was on here an hour and a half, so I just wanted to talk about it. The lines are open now. You guys are welcome to call in, but we're done for the night. And I appreciate you, Erica Barkis and Vicky Lowe, Dr. Sanders, and those of you that called in as well. I appreciate you. You know, we're growing, we got to grow. It's time. The healing process is out there. We know who the raccoons are. They all have been identified, the ones that came out. We know who they are. And so we know how to handle them accordingly. We know not to put no faith in them. We know not to put no trust in them. We have to watch them. When they say something, they have to live up to what they say. We have to watch them. Period, people. And I'm just going to say it like this. Some of them, we don't need to be around them. Let them go on, drift off. You know, that's real talk, people. I just had to say that. That was on my heart, man. I can't help it. I ain't never, a trade ain't never been set easy with me. Never set easy with me. But I want to thank you guys. Thank you for your wonderful ideas today. So this is live, uncut, unedited. Hopefully I can teach some young people how to do this vlogging and all that. And I would love to do that. Teach them how to work the software, get their own, your own little community going. Because, hey, listen, there's enough room out here for everybody. Trust me. And it does work. It pays off.
Yes.
You can win in this. You know, I've been blessed. I've been blessed to have an audience, and I worked hard for it. I built this from the ground up with the help of you guys. If you wasn't for you guys watching and then sharing the video, it wouldn't go nowhere. But that's why I ask you guys, always share the video. Even if you don't share it in your page, share it in your group. It don't hurt. You're participating. When I win, you win. You know, like I said, I've seen Tyrone, Mark, a lot of these guys, Jamal, go live. They're not going to let you call in on their live and come in their live. They're not going to let you do that. They're going to lock that up. They don't know you from a can of paint. I don't know you, but I'll allow you to come in. I don't know what you're going to say. This platform is for us. This is our voice. This is live, uncut, unedited. What you see is what you get. You know what I know. That's all what it is, people. Okay? And we're learning. The scripture said that iron sharpens iron. And that's what it is, people. We're learning from one another. And I always say, Eric and Marcus, y'all know, I don't know everything. I'm a student. I'm always learning. Listen, I don't know everything, but I am connected to the one who have all information, have all knowledge. I'm connected to the one that's the author and the finisher of our faith. I'm connected to the one that's the first and last and the beginning and the end. That's who I'm connected to. So thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all already know what time it is. What time is it? You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. This is where we tell the truth and what? And shame the devil. Now, Erica and Marcus, I don't know about you guys, but I love being black. Good night, everybody. Good night. Thank y'all so much for your participation. We're coming on live tomorrow. Good night. Good night.